right, y'all. We're back with another one. And this time, we are back on VladTV, where he had an interview with two men who are well known in the black community. Now, other folk of a different skin tone, I don't know if y'all know who Wack100 is. You probably don't. I don't know if you know who Freeway Ricky Ross is. You probably don't. But we do know that Freeway Ricky Ross, the rapper Rick Ross, actually got his name from him. Yes, that's where that rapper got his name from, because the real Freeway Ricky Ross was a prominent drug dealer. Big time. He did Fed time, got out, and we do not know what he's up to now, but we do know that he left the game alone, or so he says. Now, Wack100 is a gangster out of the West Coast, out of California. I'm not sure what set he's claiming, what set he's banging. No idea what color he reps. But at the same time, I do know that these are not men to be looked up to. They're just not. Let's be real about it. Not to mention, Wack100 had an incident the other day where he flashed a badge. Yes, he flashed a badge to one of his associates while they were on a live. He didn't mean to flash it, but people make videos about it, and of course, you know, the internet, they had to enlarge in the picture, and it looked like a badge to me. I say that to say that a lot of people do say that he is a plant. They say that Wack100 was planted right in the middle of hip-hop, right in the middle of black culture, as we call it, in order to give the police, the hip-hop police, and so forth, information on what's going down, in order to keep things stirred up within the black community. This is what is being said. How true is it? I don't know. But I am telling you what I witnessed with my own eyes as far as him flashing the badge. Now, these two men are supposed to engage each other in conversation about who's the most degenerate. Yes, who's the most degenerate part of society, part of the black community? Who did the worst within the black community? A gangster or a drug dealer, or both? This is the type of conversation they are about to have, and I have for too long witnessed us in the black community, black people, uplifting the worst of the worst people, the worst of the worst behavior. This is the type of shit that we uplift, yes, that we look up to. These are the type of people that we look up to in music. We rap about it, we sing about it. This is what people are talking about when they say black fatigue. Once again, I just made a video about it. Go check it out, by the way. But before we continue with this one, I need y'all to do 3 things for me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video so someone else can do the very same thing. And if they don't, then we're going to send VladTV after them. Now, let's get to the video, because I'm curious to find out exactly what it is these two have to argue or fuss about when it comes to being prominent figures in the black community and within black culture.
You know, all the street motherfuckers, they gonna bag my play anyway.
I mean, I don't give a fuck who back what. Whatever. I done seen them back all kind of niggas play that got paperwork on. You know that. That don't mean shit. We all know niggas that got some work on them and niggas look the other way. What that mean? Nigga got a bag, he got a resource, bagging a nigga play, bagging a nigga play. Niggas ain't gonna do nothing. It's just conversation these days. Keep it real.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't really entertain fruitless conversations.
Well, if it's about your name and a nigga saying they got some paperwork, that ain't fruitless.
I ain't worried about my name. I made this motherfucking name. I made this name. They used to be the junky ass freeway boys. That's what Jay Clayton, you remember Jay Clayton? You heard of Jay Clayton?
But listen, this is the thing, right?
But Wack, you heard of Jay Clayton?
When you say you made that name, and I had a conversation about this. All you niggas who think the glory and fame, and you one of them, each one of them, your name came from what it came from, y'all act like that shit is something to be proud about.
I'm proud about everything. I'm proud about everything I've been through. Hey, I love myself. Hey, I love myself. I'm ecstatic with me.
That's what I'm saying. But all niggas that
And that's why I treat.
dope, listen, you niggas, all you dope dealer niggas, like, I'm famous for selling dope. Y'all really shouldn't be famous because y'all fucked up the community. Let's be real. You got your money. You made some niggas money. But if we talking about it at the age we are now, looking back, I'm not broke. The name I have from gang banging and doing something with niggas behind the color, I don't want none of that fame. Cause I done did shit to niggas I didn't even know just because he was the one walking down the street. So when you say you made your name came from fucking up the communities. And it was what it was. Some niggas made money. But it's also some crack babies came from that. It's a lot of homes that was torn.
Ain't no such thing as no crack baby.
Huh?
Ain't no such thing as no crack baby.
It definitely is.
No, it ain't. That's you putting that shit out there. That's a form of snitching right there.
So you saying a mother that's pregnant, buying crack and smoking.
See, you don't do no research. You gotta go do some research, Wack. You just be out here, Wack, you just be out here talking. There's no such thing as a crack baby. The babies they had on TV, on the news that they said was crack babies were alcoholic babies.
Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here. We didn't whoop niggas' ass for selling niggas' mamas that was pregnant crack, bro. So if you telling me crack don't affect the fetus when a woman is smoking it, then you sound crazy, bro. You don't believe that. Alcohol, any type of fucking drug.
Go do your research.
When you telling me crack
Has no lasting effect on the baby. Crack has no lasting effect on the baby. Once the mama finish smoking the crack, the baby's good.
Okay, I'm gonna let you stand on that.
Thank you.
What about what crack just did to the household?
What do you mean by that?
We both can agree that really ain't nothing to be famous about and be proud of.
Well, hold on a sec. Hold on. So while you guys were talking, I went on ChatGPT and I asked, does crack have effect on pregnancy? And according to ChatGPT, it says yes, using crack cocaine during pregnancy can have serious and harmful effects on both the pregnant person and the developing baby.
That's common sense.
Crack cocaine is a powerful and illegal stimulant drug, and its use in pregnancy is considered high risk. Effects on the baby include low birth rate, premature birth, placental abruption, developmental problems, neonatal abstinence syndrome, NAS, and sudden infant death syndrome, SIDS. And the effects on the pregnant person is increased risk of miscarriage, higher risk of hypertension, seizures, and heart problems, and difficulty accessing prenatal care due to stigma or lifestyle disruptions.
That's common sense, bro.
Harvard University said that it wasn't.
Okay, well, I'm just looking up on ChatGPT.
Yeah, I understand.
I'm trying to just be the.
No, I understand. I'm saying we got the report from Harvard University.
I got it.
And they said that that was bullshit.
According to AI, though, they list a whole bunch of things.
Yeah, but where AI get his information from?
I would recommend everyone not to smoke crack while they're pregnant, by the way.
I would too.
Let me just put that out there.
I got a son.
Right.
I got a son that mama smoked crack while he was a baby.
Okay.
And
Freeway Ricky Ross. First of all, this is a perfect example of a person who is trying to explain their bad behavior by placing something positive on it and saying that crack doesn't affect babies. We got the Harvard study. Harvard says it. Get out of here. When I tell you, people will actually tell themselves whatever they need in order to push their narrative, in order to believe whatever it is they believe deep down inside in their minds. They've told themselves this for so long that they start to believe it, and that's exactly what it is. He actually believed this. It's not that he's just throwing out a blanket statement and he doesn't know exactly what he's talking about. No, he knows exactly what he's talking about by stating something that is not true, because we all know that crack affects a baby. We all know this. I don't have to be a doctor in order to figure this out. I have to agree with Wack100 on this. You do not have, come on, it's common sense. You don't need to be a doctor to know that crack affects a baby. In the womb, the fetus, all of that, it affects a baby. When we were younger, we knew this. We grew up in the crack epidemic. So we knew exactly what crack did to babies. But for Freeway Ricky Ross to actually say that Harvard says It doesn't. We have the studies. Who has the studies? Come on, man. Let's be real. You don't have any studies. You just wanted to throw that out there because you actually want to believe that you did something great by selling drugs within your community to people who look exactly like you and some who don't. That's exactly what, yes, Wack100 said you made a lot of people money. You may have done that. But at the same time, it is nothing to glorify. We are not glorifying drug dealing anymore. It ends now. We're not going to glorify drug dealing. So, just because you were a drug dealer who actually made a lot of money, guess what? You still spent a majority of your life behind bars for selling drugs to the people who look just like you within the community that you lived in until you got enough money to move out and buy a bigger house, buy some cars, buy some fancy jewelry while killing your own people.
It came out perfectly fine.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
that's cool, but it's a lot that didn't. But
Right.
what you should be really beating your chest about is your accomplishments when you got out, how you could have did and you didn't, and did something different. But I'm totally against, because when we doing that, we glorifying it, and we telling the kids. That's like me telling the kids, nigga, go gangbang, put some work in. I'll be dead wrong. We can't glorify that shit because they just niggas look up to you, look up to me, look up to him, or whoever these people may be. And we gotta let them know, like, bro, that's what I did, and at the time that's what it was, but this shit ain't cool.
Yeah, but I respect my past. I did what I did.
You respect your past?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not embarrassed, and I'm not embarrassed about what I did.
No, I'm not saying be embarrassed about it, but you proud of it?
What you mean? That's a question that really can't be answered when you say, am I proud of it?
I'm not proud.
I'm happy with myself. I love who I am today.
Okay.
And so in order to love who I am today, I have to love everything that I've been through, because everything that I've been through made me who I am today. Had I not went through what I went through, I couldn't be the person that I am today.
So, if you could have changed it and changed the fact that you were...
I don't try to think that if I could have changed it. It didn't change. I did what I did. That's what it is.
Would you tell the people to sell crack to be a drug dealer?
No, I wouldn't tell nobody to sell crack.
Why not? If you're proud of it.
I didn't, you see, you trying to put words in my mouth, man. I didn't say I was proud of it. I say I love who I am. I love everything that I ever done in life. I accept it, including my 20 years that I did in prison. I love those 20 years that I did in prison.
Listen, no you don't.
Yes, I do.
No you don't.
Yes, I do.
We're talking right now, Freeway. Come on.
No.
No man love being caged up like an animal.
He didn't have no choice. So he had to accept it. He had to adopt it. Adapt to that situation and make that situation work for him. And that's what I did.
I mean, we all did that because we was there. Right?
So you should have enjoyed it. I enjoyed my time in prison.
You enjoyed your...
I enjoyed my time in prison. When I woke up in the morning, I didn't wake up crying. I woke up with a smile on my face. Was glad to wake up that morning.
So you didn't miss your children or your woman or your family?
Of course I miss them.
But
sometimes I miss them right now when I'm on the street.
Yeah, but you can get to them.
Sometimes I can't get to them.
That's true.
But you can if you want to. There's no restrictions that say you can't.
I got to them in prison when I wanted to.
Okay. Well, listen, Freeway Rick, I stand on it.
Thank you.
My thoughts on drug dealers being fucking praised for selling dope and going to jail for 20 years for it, that shouldn't be a praise.
Well, I could feel the same way about motherfuckers who produce rap records.
What you mean?
Because you be producing rap records and motherfuckers be talking about selling drugs and encouraging kids to sell drugs and do crime. And...
No, I ain't got none of them, personally. My artists was gang members. They talk about big street shit, but I ain't got nothing.
It's the same thing. You know what the Bible says, and I ain't all religious and all that there, but it says, before you start getting a splinter out the next man's eye, get that plank out yours. So that means that you probably worse off than the person you talking about.
Nah, because I don't glorify and praise myself for being a drug dealer. I think all drug dealers should not be glorified or praised.
Well, drug dealing ain't the worst thing that a motherfucker can do. It's work, cause I had to weigh my odds. I had to weigh my options when I decided to become. See, I wasn't just a regular drug dealer. I weighed my options. I looked at all the opportunities that I saw in the hood before I became a drug dealer.
So you saying there was no more opportunities in the hood?
Well, it was other opportunities, but I thought about it. I said, can you put a gun in somebody's face and tell them to get their wallet up? I said, no, I don't want to do that. But I said, you know what? When they come and buy dope, they come with a smile on their face. They come skipping and popping and.
So you really go justify the drug dealer.
I ain't justifying nothing. I don't have to justify nothing. I told you that before, when we started. That's why, Wack, I can walk around the way I do. I dress the way I do. I go anywhere I want to go. Because I don't justify and I don't criticize. It is what it is.
Yo, so at the end of the day, I'm gonna get to work that they had.
Okay, so Wack, I have to agree with him on everything he said as far as glorifying your past. You should not be proud of your past if you did some grimy stuff. You shouldn't be. I've done some grimy stuff. Am I proud of my past? No, I'm not. Am I proud to be the person that I am today? Yes, of course, because my past made me who I am. Just like you shouldn't be ashamed of anything that you did in the past, but it's certain things that you should not glorify. Right? Right. But Freeway is trying to justify and say that he sold drugs because that was the only thing he could do. He weighed his options and drugs, no, are you kidding me? He even went as far as to say that, well, I could have stuck a gun in someone's face and robbed them, but I didn't want to do that. And someone comes to buy drugs and they have a smile on their face. I'm making them happy. Are you serious? He's really trying to justify dealing drugs. Yeah, he really is. And I'm not even going to say in the hood because, again, he sold it in the hood and he sold it to people who don't look like him. He sold it to everyone. But a majority of it probably went into the hoods, which affected the hoods in a negative way. And for him to glorify that and even go as far as to say he enjoyed his time in prison, that's crazy right there. I understand his mentality and his way of thinking. I see where he's going with it. You should enjoy life no matter where you are or what you're doing. I see where he's going with it. He might have got a piece of that while he was in prison. But at the same time, you should never say you enjoyed your time in prison. So I enjoyed being locked up in the cage. Seriously? I enjoyed being told what to do every day on a daily basis. I enjoyed being around hundreds of men, thousands of other men who could attack me at any point. Are you? Yes, he was justifying being a drug dealer and doing time. Now, Freeway, whatever you are thinking right now, I don't think that you should glorify your past at all. And that goes for Big Meech as well. It goes for a lot of the prominent drug dealers in the neighborhood who made millions of dollars. And we could even say the same thing for Pablo. Escobar, come on. We should not be glorifying these people. But we often do because we love the degeneracy. The world loves degeneracy. The world loves a bad guy. And Freeway Ricky Ross was their bad guy. Until next time.
If you like this video, like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content.